Literally
I'm like this. And she's in front of me. And, it wasn't a far distance that we were going. But, yeah, I was trying to, like, hold in, like,
Okay.
what an experience this was for me.
Oh, by the way, welcome to Pal Exchange.
Thanks for joining us.
My name is Ian. I'm one of the hosts of this show, and I've lived in the US for about 1 year now, and I'm born and raised in Uganda, for those who are new on this podcast, and yeah.
And I'm Bailey. I was born and raised in the US, and I lived in Uganda for a little over a year.
Yeah, on this podcast we share a lifestyle, we share culture, and we also share different experiences between two countries, that is Uganda and the US.
Exactly. And this is our first topic episode where we'll be having more of a conversation than we did in our intro episode. And so in honor of it being our first topic episode, we thought we would cover some of our firsts, the things we did for the first time when we moved to the other country.
Very true.
So, Ian, I want to know, what is something you did for the first time in coming to the US?
What did I do?
Or maybe even in coming to the US.
What did I do?
What did you do for the first time?
I don't even know what I did. Do I know what I did?
How did you get here?
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, I'll share with you guys. Okay, first time. Let's start with how I actually came here.
Mm-hmm.
I had never been out of Uganda.
Okay.
Like, not even been on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, the plane experience was, I mean, when you see the planes in the movies, you'd be like, oh, I like this. But, like, I want to be there. Like, everyone's prayer is like, let me get in a plane or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, when I got to a plane, like, the time was like at Entebbe Airport, I'm like saying bye to my family. I'm like, I'm going. I mean, I feel like they're wasting time. I just want to go.
You're like, get rid of you, let me go.
Like, I'm like, guys, bye. I want to go. And yeah, that experience, sitting in a plane and like the time it's actually taking off, you're like, oh, now this is actually real. I mean, now when I was in the plane, I mean, that was like my first time ever taking a plane. And yeah, there are more things attached to that. So, like the time it was setting off, it was like kind of a bit shaky, and I was like, oh my god, what's happening? And then there's this time, so when we were landing in Qatar, when I was coming, like on taking off, surprisingly my ears never hurt, but then when I was like landing in Qatar, my ears were like hurting so bad, and then like I couldn't like bear it, like there were things like popping in my ears, and I'm like, what is this? I thought I was gonna lose my eardrums. Yeah, like setting it off like that is like my first time coming from Uganda, first time getting into a plane, first time getting to know that, oh, I have to chew gum every time I'm landing. Yeah. Did
it scare you when your ears were hurting? Like, what did you think it was?
Yeah, I was like I kind of felt like, just like I say, like I thought I was gonna lose my eardrums, because like things were popping in my ears, like but I'm like, what? Oh god, like what is this? And everyone felt unbothered. People were like, someone had earbuds, and I'm like, guys, is this only happening to me?
Right.
Do I have a disorder? Like, what's up? But yeah, so, and then talking about the same experience with the plane. So when we left, I kind of like talked to someone there later, and then someone told me keep swallow something, or like, keep, I don't know, chewing gum or something.
Right.
And then so when we did that, so this was very weird. When we, so like before, which is that sea that you cross before you actually cross over? Is it an ocean or a sea?
Ocean.
Yeah. So that huge ocean. I don't really know.
It's okay.
But then that huge lake.
Lake. Okay. Lake I will say something about, because you cannot call that a lake.
Okay, that huge water body. But
yes, we know what you mean.
And then I went to the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Washroom. Toilet.
Whatever you want to call it, wherever you're from.
Washroom. Toilet. Restroom. Yeah, I went to like washroom, toilet, restroom, and I was there. Now this was a shock. So I mean I'd never been to like airplane restrooms.
Right.
And then I went to pee and I flushed and there was this huge noise that came out. Kid you not, that time is like I was like, what is happening? And I got all this getting startled and
it's a loud noise. It's intense. It's like whoosh, like.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But
it was, and then this is a time. Immediately I flashed. This is what the guy said. Like the captain who was like flying, he was like, "Oh, we're experiencing some kind of turbulence at this time, so we ask you to stay wherever you are." And I'm like, I'm gonna die here.
I'm gonna die here.
And I was like right there for like that amount of period of time, and then when he said like we're now in a clear space zone and now you can get back to normal activities, I went. Trust me, I never went back to those restrooms again.
How long do you think you were in there for?
Like in the plane.
In the bathroom, in the toilet room.
For about the bathroom, toilet, restroom.
Yeah, that place.
I was there for about should have been like 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's not as long as I was like, were you in there for like 20 minutes?
No,
because you thought you couldn't go back to your seat?
I was like 5 to...
Okay.
I mean, because when he say like stay wherever you are...
Right, because
like,
they tell you like, okay, like don't be moving around right now.
Yeah.
Like, stay in your seats.
Yeah, because I was like...
Buckle up your
yeah.
seatbelts, yeah.
Because I was like, maybe if I move something will happen or something, like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first. First.
First.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the travel experience, the first time I went to Uganda, was also new for me too.
Okay.
My first time on an airplane, I was too young to remember it.
Okay.
I was like a baby. And then the first time being on an airplane that I remember was in high school. So I kind of remember it, but I didn't have to do the navigating. I was with a friend and their mom, and so...
Yeah.
I didn't have to know what I was doing.
You were just there, seated, let's go. Where's
exactly.
the next stop?
They told me what to do. I didn't need to think about any of it.
Sure.
But when I first went to Uganda, it was my first time flying by myself. It was my first time flying out of the country. It was my first time leaving the country. I had never been out of the U.S. before.
Sure.
And then, yes, I was going to be traveling alone and all these things, and so I was like... I think my entire Google search history in the month leading up to me leaving was like, what am I allowed to bring through airport security? Like TSA, this and that. Like I was so focused on, okay, I want to do this right. Like I want to know what I'm doing so that I don't get, caught in the moment or
don't take this.
Yeah, so I don't get worked up about it or so I don't have some issue as I'm going through security or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I tried to be very studied up on it because I was concerned, I didn't know what I was doing and I wouldn't have anyone around me to be able to ask, which I came to learn that, in an airport you just kind of look around you and you follow what others are doing, and so...
Me too, that's what I was doing, because I traveled solo alone and I was like following every other person.
Like you look for signs, if there aren't signs you look to see what other people are doing, or you try to find like a person that seems safe to ask a question from if you need to.
That's a surprise for me.
Yeah. I was fortunate though, I didn't have to travel the whole way alone because some other students from the US that were going to be studying in Uganda happened to have the same flight as me, and so then I met them in the airport. Okay. And then we kind of moved around.
Did you guys know each other before you actually?
We had never met each other.
So how did you locate each other?
Because the study abroad program that we were studying through had connected us. Okay. They were like, here are the other people that are going to be going during the same semester, and so we got in touch with each other and we're like, hey, I have that flight too. So that was nice that I didn't have to navigate things completely alone. So shout out to you three, you know who you are. You really helped relieve me of some of my nerves about traveling. But what you were saying of when your ears were hurting and everyone around you seemed to be not phased at all. Yeah. I felt that with some things too. I didn't have a ton of pain in my ears in leaving, but just the experience of the flight attendants are coming out and serving a meal, and I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. And everyone else is just kind of like,
did you get surprised?
Whatever. Well, okay, I knew they were gonna serve a meal because I had to like select if I had any like dietary restrictions on my plane ticket. Yeah. But I'd never been served a meal on a plane before. That was so cool to me. Yeah, but then people who are used to flying or who have done it many times, like, they were just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like, it was nothing new to them.
Everything felt normal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But, so, to me, the travel alone to Uganda, I felt like I was, doing a big thing. Sure. Because that was a stretch outside my comfort zone, and I had to really, like, So even just the getting there, like, you going on a plane for the first time, and there's even in that a bit of stretching yourself.
You're like, what am I going to expect? Like, like a lot of things, but surprised. Because, I mean, I kind of like, wait. Did your ears hurt or something? Or maybe...
I didn't, they didn't hurt necessarily, but, my whole layover. So I flew from Minneapolis to Amsterdam. Okay. And the whole time I was in the Amsterdam airport, my ears were ringing.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't stop.
Well, was it like wee? Oh.
I don't know. I can't describe the sound. But it was just a constant, like... And it also felt like they were kind of plugged. Yeah. Like, I don't know if, when you get water in your ears, and
I know that feeling.
Yes, yeah. It felt like my ears, like I wasn't hearing fully or clearly.
Correctly.
It felt like there was something in my ear.
Yeah.
And so that, I think, didn't correct itself until once I was on my next flight. Oh. Once I was in the air again, once the pressure changed. So. Yeah,
that has happened to me as well sometimes, like when I used to take a bus for a very long journey.
Okay.
Is it like the same? Yeah, you like feel like your ears being blocked with something like maybe water or something? Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's impressive. Yeah. So, my other first.
Yeah. What about once you got here? So.
There are a lot of things that actually shocked me, or my first experiences in like a number of things here. Let's see. What can the other one, which is like, that should be, okay, the first thing is when I got here, I never actually thought, did I talk about snow? I never actually thought like maybe like snow or it will actually be cold. So the time I arrived was like 27th of September last year.
Okay.
And that's like you guys like trying to like zone out of the fall and like preparing for like the winter. So like the weather sometimes is like
September is when it begins to get cooler.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of fall.
Yeah.
Or autumn, and so.
Yeah.
The weather's getting cooler.
Yeah.
In preparation for the winter.
So what happened is like when I was coming, I had like a very short sleeved shirt.
Yeah.
And like light pants and. And when I got to Boston, it was like cold outside. I mean, it is shining right there.
Yeah.
And then like it's very cold. I'm like, guys, what's happening right here? And like this is like certain degree of coldness that I'd never experienced, even in Uganda. Like it really gets cold in Uganda, but not like this. I'm like, guys, this is too cold. And then I remember I bought a jacket when I was there.
Okay.
And then proceeded with my journey right here. And then, just only the climate change as well was a shock on my side. That was like first shock. Like immediately I got to like the airport. I'm like, okay, now we're here. And and the other thing, first experience was like, sorry, I did what like I was like surprised with. I mean, you'll see everything in like the movies, but then if you like see them yourself, you're like, oh, because now the roads, I was like looking at everything, like the roads are all paved, like they are tarmac, like everything looks nice. There is no dust, and I'm like, okay, I love this. And do you have any other first that you?
So I'll just stick on the transportation track. It was my first time taking some of the public transportation in Uganda. Because in the U.S., once I was old enough, I got my driver's license.
Okay.
And
How old were you when you got your driver's license?
I was 16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise.
Yes.
You can get surprised when I got my first.
Well, I know when you got your, but and that's something that I think a lot of Ugandans, like, and when I would have conversations, would find surprising of like you were so young when you started to drive.
Sure.
But the thing is, Americans kind of have to learn how to drive from a younger age because they're, like, in some areas there's a lot of public transportation, but a lot of areas of the country, things are so spread out and there's not, like, a public transport system. And so you kind of have to be able to drive to get from, or you need at least one driver in the family.
Yeah. True.
And so it's common for
you to, like,
for Americans to like learn how to drive when they're in high school, or you know, that's as early as you can is in high school.
I mean, I should say in Uganda, if you could, like, ever get a driving permit, then you had to be like 18 at least. That's like an age where they'll say you can do anything, like when you're 18.
Right.
You can. Yeah.
But I mean, I found that there really wasn't as much need for Ugandans to be able to drive because, like, I mean, boarding schools are common, so you're not going to and from school every day.
Very true.
And then, you know, there are taxis, and then there are motorcycle taxis or boda-bodas. Yeah. And so you have ways to get around. There are also, like, you can hire, you know, like private hire drivers. Like you hire a car.
In any case, it never really gets cold and we don't have, like, snow and winter.
Right. So you can also walk to a lot of places.
Yeah.
And you're not going to freeze in the time that it takes to get from here to there because it's warm out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that brings me to my first time. So, okay, some context. My first time in Uganda, the semester that I studied abroad for, I did not take a boda-boda.
Okay.
Because I wasn't allowed to. So, being a student of this program...
Why did you take?
Well, I'll get to that.
Okay.
So, okay, in this program, students weren't allowed to take boda-bodas because, you know, there can be accidents and that liability then would be on the program.
Sure.
And we probably wouldn't be allowed to have students come through the program if their home universities knew that they would be riding motorcycles all the time.
True.
And so that was one of the rules of the program, is that we weren't allowed to take boda-bodas. And I was a good girl, and I didn't during my semester. But then when I came back to Uganda, I was no longer a student, and
free to do anything you want.
Not anything.
Off the loop.
But I did then take a boda-boda for the first time.
Yeah.
And
how was the experience?
Well, what's funny to me about it is my first time taking a boda-boda was going to a visit day at one of my host brother's schools.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have to do any of the talking. So just to kind of give context, I guess, you will. How would you explain this to? There are motorcycle taxis, or there are motorcycles scattered about, and for transportation, and you basically walk up to one and tell the driver where you're going.
Yeah.
And you negotiate a price with them.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if you agree on a price, then you'll get on their motorcycle and they'll take you there, and then you pay them once you reach.
Yeah.
And
so just to say, she's calling them boda-bodas. I mean, for some people who'll be like, what is a boda-boda?
Right. So that's why I said motorcycle taxi.
Yeah. So it's a
I said that.
Motorcycle taxi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a new name, motorcycle taxi.
Well, what else would you call it? It's a motorcycle, and I say taxi because that helps people understand that it's like a form of public transportation. Like anyone can use it.
Anyone can use. So,
you know.
Oh yeah, that's new to me though.
I don't know. That's the best way I could describe it.
Yeah, motorcycle
for
taxi.
Like someone not from.
Yeah, from around Uganda to actually understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hope that stands out for you there. Okay.
So, I didn't have to do any of the talking the first time that I rode a boda-boda because my older host brother, he he arranged it all. You know, I didn't have to do the talking.
Yeah.
So I didn't experience that part of it my very first time. But then I was on the same motorcycle as my little sister, my little host sister.
Yeah.
And so she was 9 at the time. And it was just a comical thing because to her, this is no big deal. Like,
she's used to this.
She's been riding bodabodas since she, you know, was a baby. Like, it's just something you do. It's one of the most common forms of transportation in Uganda. You just hop on. And so to her, this is like nothing new. It's not a big deal. And then I'm sitting behind her like, wow, I'm doing it. Like, this is so exciting. And so just the
and you're all like very excited.
Right,
like,
right. I'm like, but I was trying to play it cool. I'm like, you know, trying to keep kind of a straight face and like hide my enjoyment or like how like you know, hide how like proud of myself I was of like, look, I'm doing it. I'm on, you know.
Yeah.
And she's just there like, okay, whatever. But because it was a visit day, so I feel like we need to explain that as well. So you explain it.
Okay, so visit day, like, so if you're like from Uganda, then you definitely know that while we're going to school, most of us will like go to like boarding schools and like it's like a certain month, like when you're going to school, so you like your parents will take you to school and you'll be like at school, staying at school, sleeping at school for about a period of like the whole time, like maybe 4 months or something. So, but within the your stay at school, your parents like come to visit you, and that we term that as visitation day. Sometimes it happens twice in a term or once in a term, depending on how long the term is. So that is visitation day, if you're just wondering what she's actually talking about.
Yes. And on visitation days, a lot of times families will bring like food for the student and things like that. So so we were carrying a lot of things. I mean, we thankfully had the boda to take, so we didn't have to walk with it all in our arms. But so yes, my first time on a boda. It's my little sister in front of me, and no big deal to her. And I'm sitting behind her like, whoa, what am I doing? And then we were carrying well, there's like a backpack of food, but I think my brother took that. And then but we had a sitting mat. So
with you.
So like a foam mat that you would lay on the ground to sit on. And so we have that folded up, and I've got it like tucked under my arm, and so I'm holding on to like the little bar on the back of the motorcycle. On this side, so you're so I'm like this. And she's in front of me, and you know, it wasn't a far distance that we were going, but I was trying to like hold in like what an experience this was for me, and you know, so it was just no big deal to her.
Like again, you were like surprised. Were you like deep down there a little bit scared?
I mean, a little bit, because it was. I've ridden on things that go fast before, you know, so it wasn't like a big shock, but it was my first time on a motorcycle.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Because here, like, motorcycles aren't necessarily a daily
thing.
Yeah. Especially living in the region that I grew up in, because it's too cold most of the year to drive a motorcycle. So
guys, you had
it's more of a leisure thing. Like, when it's warm out, then people get on their motorcycles and, like, you know, for fun more so. It's not a daily use thing.
It's like not something like you would actually use on a daily basis for you to like get from place to place. Whereas in Kampala or Uganda or most parts of Uganda, like motorcycles.
I mean, even like other East African countries too. Like, it's a common thing.
Yeah, it's like a common thing to like take you from, like, it's quickest transport. Like, honestly, because of like a lot of traffic that we have. So if you like hop onto a border motorcycle taxi, it like gets you to
can
like
say motorcycle.
different places as fast as possible.
Yeah, because the motorcycles then will go around the traffic that is blocked up. So
sure.
Yeah.
My other first here. Okay, so you guys very well know that in Uganda when we're driving. Now wait, what do we keep in Uganda? I'm actually, so in the US.
You've been here too long. You can't remember now.
In the US, we drive.
In the US, you drive. Okay, the driver sits on the left side
Left
of
side.
the car, but the car moves on the right,
The right
side
side.
of the road.
Yeah.
In Uganda, it's the opposite.
The opposite. So in the US we keep the right. Okay. In Uganda we keep the left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
So that is
Africa.
it. So yeah. So that was like first shock when I got here.
Mm.
But then in my head I'm like, I'll figure this out. But I kind of like was scared.
Mm.
And now I'll tell you the story that when I went to so I got here, everything like okay. I need to learn how to drive because that's now like not necessarily learn how to drive because I like had a little experience of how to drive, but not like very very good. But I'm like I know all the skills, all the basics, so I don't really need to like do a lot of lessons driving.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I and my cousin went to DMV. So DMV, that is a place where we like
Department of Motor Vehicles. I
Yeah.
think is what DMV stands for.
Trust me, I never know what DMV is.
Basically, like a government building.
Okay.
Or like an official place, and you go there to be able to get your driver's license.
Exactly. So, I go there and it's like let's go and get you registered. Let's get an ID. Let's get you started up with like driving. So when I get there, they tell me, oh yeah, for you to be able to drive, you need this. But before that, they have a very big book like this that you have to read. That like, I don't know, like all the signs, all the traffic. I know you did this, so I don't know. All the traffic signs are there, and also like you had to read it, then you go back and do the test.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they gave me the book, I looked at it. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm just gonna take the test.
Confident.
Yeah, I mean it's my first time in the US. Trust me, I was very confident because I didn't even know the signs. I'm like, I know how to drive because literally I thought like it's like they're going to ask me like maybe indicator.
Which pedal do you press to go?
Exactly. Like which pedal you press to brake.
Yeah.
And like things like that. But I got and the lady's like, are you very sure you want to take this? I'm like, yeah, I'm very ready. Let's do this.
So you just took the test.
Yeah.
Right then and there.
I can assure you in the test I did, I only got one because now they give you like they're 25 questions.
Okay.
And with the 25 you answer like when you fail when you in the 25 when you fail 5 questions before getting done, then the test ends. Okay, so I did my first question was like what stop sign on the traffic stop what sign will actually tell you to go. And then I was like, green. I was like, all right, let's go. So I got that. I'm like, see? In my mind, I'm like...
So the first question, you're like, yeah, I got this.
And in my mind, I'm like, why do I even have to, And next question was, let's see. When you're backing up, how are your hands supposed to be, like, on the
Positioned
steering?
on the wheel?
Yeah. Now, surprise, shock. I don't even know what backing up is.
What would you call that?
Reverse. I'm like, what is backing up? And then I failed that one. Next one should have been when you're like driving on a rainy day or a foggy day or snowy day. What kind of lights are you supposed to have on? I don't know the lights.
You haven't had to drive in
I don't even know
snowy,
what,
foggy weather.
Yeah, I don't even know what fog lights are. And I felt that as well. So, I mean, down the road, I felt the other 5, and then I had to, like, I was kind of, like, very disappointed. I'm like, I'm going to do this again tomorrow. So the lady told me you can do this, like, 3 times, but then when you fail it on the 3rd time, you pay again. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do it again the 2nd time. So I went home. I was like, mad. I didn't even read the book. I'm like, no, I know how to drive. Like,
So you were disappointed, but you didn't go and read the book. You're
exactly.
like,
I took the book. I didn't read it. So I was like, I'm going to do that. No. So I went back the following day.
Okay.
And trust me, kid you not, I failed again. So I was like, I got humbled down. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this again. Let me go and read the book. So I went home, took the book and read it for about 1 month. And the other thing is, the reason that's why I really wanted to take the test, I was like very excited because I wanted to drive. I was like, I just want to drive, okay?
Yeah.
Like, don't give me the book. Like, let me get behind the wheels and take control. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it slow at a time. So I went home, read my book, and the other time I went back to do the test, I passed it. Cut long story short, I had to as well schedule again for my driver's interview. So you do the test before you do the driver's interview as well. I don't know.
You do the test to make sure that you have like the head knowledge of what are the rules of the road, how does the car operate, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
And then you are given like a permit. So you're allowed to practice driving then, but it's person. Not your exactly. You have to have someone else in the car with you.
Yeah. So I was given the permit, and I had to like practice driving with my cousin, and I did that, and then I had to go back after a certain time that I'd scheduled with DMV to like do my driver's test, and I got my driver's. So I went back, did my driver's test, and passed it. Okay. Which was like I was a very good learner now. I took everything in consideration.
You had to be humbled in order to learn.
Very true. You know how you like drive and you like your one hand is like right here. My cousin told me, "Hey, don't do that. They'll say
not for that test.
Disqualified." Yeah. So you had to like keep all your hands right there, and and then this is what happened. So I come back driving my cousin's car, and then I go home. I'm like very excited. I'm like, I just can't sit home. I just want to drive. I have the driver's license. I just want to drive. And then I go home. I'm like, you know what? I have some things to pick up from Walmart. Let me just go to Walmart. So I go to Walmart, and now when I was coming back, my brain zoned back to Uganda, and I'm like, I started driving over the other side of the road. Yeah.
Oh no.
And look at this. Like there was luckily enough, the person who was coming was not exactly over, like very close, but he was like all the way the other side, and I was actually going straight over to him. And the guy like started like hooting. I'm like, why is even? And then when I looked through, I'm like, left, right, left, right. I'm like, oh no, I'm supposed to be over the other side. So. And then I went over the other side of the road, and but lucky enough there were no like cops.
Right, good thing. Well, and that you weren't on a super big or busy road.
Yeah, it was like Arrowhead Parkway. So when I was like coming, like it was like not very very busy. So, like I quickly switched over the other side.
Yeah.
You know, and and that's the first time I like. So most of the times, every time I'll be driving, I'll be like left, right. Left, right. It took me a while, by the way, to actually get to know this is the right. So right now it's like muscle memory. Like I have it like within me. Like every time I'm driving, I'm like, this side, let's go. This side, let's go. But then that time I had to like think, because I like still had like my Ugandan kind of driving technique, like drive from this side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so, I
honestly feared that because the whole time I was in Uganda, I wasn't driving. And so I did have a little bit of fear, like when I go back to the US, is it going to be difficult for me to get back to driving? Or like, will I just pick it right back up, like muscle memory, as you were saying? Or will I have to do some remembering of
do some lessons.
What I do, you know? And I did have like one time where it was an unmarked road, so a lot of the roads have lines on them, you know, and so it's pretty clear of like, okay, which side to go on.
Sure.
I was coming out of a parking lot, and it was an unmarked road, and that was the one time that I started to go on the opposite side, the Uganda side of the road.
Oh,
and then I was like, nope. But I caught it right away at least, and there was no one on the road.
Yeah.
But besides that one time, I didn't have any. Honestly, driving again upon returning to the U.S. came back to me more naturally than I thought it would.
That's because you never drove while you were in Uganda.
Right, but I was on the road a lot. Like I got used to the ways of the road in Uganda. But you're right. I think if I was driving,
if you're actually driving, then
it would be a harder adjustment.
Yeah,
for sure.
you like most of the times like kind of feel like, am I on the right side? And as well, like that came easy to me as well after a while, because I never like had my actual like car in Uganda. So like I was not like used to like driving every day. Maybe I'll like drive friends' cars like once in a while or something like that. But then when I like got my own car here, it was like a little bit easier for me to adjust.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, like if you're Ugandan and you like live in the United States, you could tell us how was your first experience driving on these roads.
Let us know.
Sure.
Okay, I guess we can stick with the road thing. So I took a boda for the first time. I also took a taxi for the first time when I was in Uganda, which the taxis in Uganda are a bit different than here in the US. The taxis in Uganda are big vans. Okay. So like 14 passenger vans.
Yep.
I'll use that term for Americans, I guess.
Yeah.
So they're these big vans, but they're clearly marked that they're taxis and everything.
Sure. It's like this one here.
Yes.
If you can see something like this.
This is so small.
This is so small, but this is like taxi.
Just do a Google search. Look up taxis in Uganda.
Sure.
And they will stuff as many people as they can into that taxi. Okay, that's just a
Interesting.
14, just a suggestion. Let's see how many people we can get in this thing. Because the more people you have, the more money they're making, and so
very true.
They'll stuff people in there. So to
why
take
you
a taxi,
stuffed as well?
Yes, not so bad. So, I was with my friend and coworker.
Okay.
And we had both spent a semester in Uganda previously, but when we were then living in Uganda for longer, there were a lot of things that were like, okay, we need to push ourselves early on and learn how to do this so that we become more comfortable with it.
Sure.
And so we're like, okay, we need to take a boda early on. We need to take a taxi early on. We need to learn how to do these things so that we can kind of get over the discomfort or begin to anyway.
Yeah.
And so we wanted our first time taking a taxi to be with a Ugandan, to have a guide with us, to show us what to do, to maybe do some of the talking for us if we needed.
Yeah.
We know about Mzungu pricing, which
Mzungu
let me
pricing.
give a little description for our viewers that haven't heard of that before.
Yeah.
So, white people in the U.S. Not in the U.S. White people in Uganda. Any white person.
Yeah.
In Uganda will be called a Mzungu.
Yep.
So yes, I'm a Mzungu.
So she's a Mzungu when she's in Uganda.
I
mean, sometimes I think I was.
Sometimes I still sometimes I'll be like, oh, is it because I'm a Mzungu? And so I still use it here a little bit. But really. No one else understands it, so I can't use it with anyone else.
When you say it here, no one will understand.
Yeah, no one gets it here. But because I am white and they know that I'm not from Uganda, like they will try to charge more money.
A little bit more money.
See what they can get out of me, you know.
Because we know you gather money. Look at you. You look money.
I look money. It's because of this. So, that was one thing that we had been warned about is like, okay, they're going to try to overcharge you.
Yeah.
Because the price is based on the distance. And if, they see you walk up, they're going to try to charge you more than what it should be for that distance.
Yep.
And so we wanted to go with a Ugandan so that they could be like, like,
I know how much it goes for.
Exactly. But things kept falling through and
were you at any point overcharged?
I think in the beginning of my time in Uganda there were probably some times, but then once we got to learn what the
price ranges were,
then it didn't happen as often. Also, my friend Emily is a great negotiator, and so she would not allow it. She honestly would sometimes get them to give us like a cheaper price than I was very grateful for her, and she knows that too.
Emily, I think I need lessons. Sometimes I was not very good at negotiating. Sometimes myself, because I would like find these guys and they're like, Kumitano. I'm like, what? No, like, and sometimes I'll never really like negotiating, and I'm like, "Kai tugende." I'm
right,
like,
right.
oh,
You're like, whatever, let's go.
let's go,
Yeah.
you know. And yeah, but hey, Emily, some people should get they should get some lessons from you. Like,
You didn't expect that kind of shout out, but
Yeah.
you know, here we go. And so yeah, we wanted Ugandan with us for our first time, so that we
Yeah.
had a guide and someone to help us along. But that ended up not being possible, and so there was a day that we had off of work, and so we're like, okay, we got to just do it. We got to rip the Band-Aid off. Like, we got to do it once,
yeah,
so that we can learn. And so we weren't going to take the taxi far, and we had asked questions of, like, our Ugandan coworkers and friends of like, okay, what's a good place for us to take it that's a shorter distance that we
Yeah.
can, you know, learn how it works, and, you know, how much should they charge us for this, and we were asking all the questions to, like, be prepared, you know,
yeah.
and then we were like, okay, well, we're just gonna have to do this, so we learned, you know, where to catch one from, so we had to, like, go into Mukono town, and
So you knew the different stations where.
yes, mm-hmm. And so, yeah, we talked to the conductor. So, in the taxi vans, there's the driver, which, again, the driver's on the right side of the vehicle, unlike in the States. And then there's the conductor, which is the person that sits by the sliding door.
Yeah.
And the conductor is the one that will, like, talk to you as you get on of, like, you know, where are you going?
He's the guy who'll be like, Ziwerezi. Ziwerezi. Then I sent it.
Sister, where are you going? And then we'll take my things
Yeah.
to force me to get on his taxi, which
Yeah.
I wouldn't always allow. But
Yeah.
um,
Sasa jangu tugende. Muzungu.
yes, the amount of times that So
Yeah.
the conductor is the one that will, like,
Do that kind of work.
they'll talk to you and handle you, and that they're the one that you give your money to as you're getting off and stuff as well. So
Yeah.
but I was honestly so amazed by again, it's like a system, like it's just a worked out thing, and again, it's so normal to Ugandans that, like, didn't think twice about it, but to us, it was like, oh, and look, they do this, and then this
Yeah.
means this, like,
Yeah.
the conductor,
Yeah.
like, tapping on the side, and, like,
Oh.
okay, how they have their system there of, like, this many
Yeah.
taps means, okay, stop, pull over, because there are more people to pick up,
Very true. Yeah.
and so it was just, like, we just kind of enjoyed that first taxi ride of just observing
Yeah.
and seeing how it works. And
Did you like get any phrase, like, in case you're going to stop right there, like, what would you say?
oh gosh, now I'm like
I
trying
think-
to remember.
I think
What would I say?
I'll give you tips, Maso.
Yeah, or like
Like, I'm like stopping right there. What would you-
I learned enough of, like, I would try to say prices in Luganda so that it, like, you know, so they would take me more seriously.
Oh.
So I would say, like, kumibili, like, you know, to try to be taken seriously a little bit,
Yeah.
or like, see, yeah, like, I know what it is in Luganda, so you
Yeah.
can't Muzungu charge
Yeah,
me, you
very
know.
True. Kumi bidi. Kumi satu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And like, yeah, the other phrase, like Masao. Did you?
Masao,
did
I've
you
heard that
remember
one. I don't
something
think
like
I
that?
ever. I don't think I really used that one.
Okay. Yeah.
But, yeah.
But like, it's like one of the common phrases. Like, people will be like Masao, like, I'm
like,
stopping right
Stop
there.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of my first time doing something,
Mhm.
I had not really had to hand wash my clothes until I lived in Uganda.
Yeah.
Because here we use machines, and so
Oh, good.
it was a learning experience. I wouldn't say that I became an expert on it or like that I became very good at it, but I did enough to. My clothes got
Try.
clean enough, you know.
Yeah.
But I would like to know, Ian, what was your experience? Like, do you hand wash your clothes here still, or do you use a machine?
Okay, so growing up, it was like use. Trust me, we never had a washing machine in my house growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like very, 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 very rich people like had machines while I was growing up. Right now, it's becoming a thing. You'll find at least an average person, income earner person, like has a washing machine. But like growing up, like we never really had any kind of washing machine.
Yeah.
It was like hand wash. And yeah, so when I got here, I was surprised. Like everyone has a washing machine. I'm like, whoa! Like you should have seen me. I was like recording and showing my cousins, my brothers and
Yeah.
siblings out back. I'm like, look, we have washing machine, we have a dryer. Like, you know, it was like, I mean, it was my first, like, very surprising. But even coming here, I would feel like now, you know, if I'm actually used to like hand washing my clothes, I'm like, how does this machine that keeps doing this wash my clothes and they get clean?
I mean, that's the thing is with hand washing, like, you're doing more scrubbing than the washing machine does. The washing machine just kind of spins it. And so I feel like if there's a stain in your clothing, then hand washing is more effective.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just kind of dump it. It just spins it. So that also was a comfort to me when I would be hand washing of like, I don't know, am I scrubbing it enough? And it's like, well, this is still more scrubbing than like my clothes are getting when I use a machine.
Yeah, and so like even right here now, since I have that kind of, you know, thing, like I just feel like my clothes get clean when I like. So sometimes I'll get all my white clothes, like all my white shirts, my white vests and whatever. I'll definitely hand wash them.
Okay.
I'll never put them, like, I've never washed them in like a washing machine because I don't think it will actually get them clean.
Okay.
If you've tried washing with a washing machine your white clothes, you could give me tips on how you do that. Cause
well, I think with white clothes, a lot of times people will use bleach.
Oh.
In a machine. Because that wipes out the stains.
Okay.
But
something I've not tried.
But I feel like that's the only time that, the only time that I do any hand washing here would be if there's like stains or like something kind of stuck in the clothing. Then I might use my hands, but otherwise I went back to the machine. But the other thing is with the use of dryers here, if you, like, there are only a few months of the year that you could hang your clothes out on a line outside that they would dry. Only the summer months. At least in the region of the U.S. that we live in.
Sure.
In the rest of the year, like, it's too cold out for the clothes to dry in a good amount of time. So, or I guess you could, you know, hang them inside, but again, it would take some good time for them to dry.
To dry out.
So, I think that's
like
kind of
using the dryer. So here, surprise, I don't think we have that much of dryers in Uganda though.
Right.
We have washing
because there's
machines.
not so much need for it. Like, you have the machine to wash, but you don't really need a dryer because you hang it out and there's enough sun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's harder in rainy season because you have to try to time it well. And then it starts to pour and you're like, oh no, I've clothes on the line.
Yeah, then, like there's that time like I would like wash and leave my clothes on the line and then go to work. And then I'm like praying, I like let it not rain. And for some reason, I only started checking my weather app when I was here. Because I need to know, like, oh, is it warm today?
Yeah.
But in Uganda, I'll like live by the day. I'm like, you know what?
Honestly, I don't think I really checked the weather.
See, so because it's so nice outside. So like you would wash and put your clothes, and then all of a sudden you start seeing climate change, and
the clouds are coming in. It's like, oh no!
And you're praying like, let it not rain, let it not rain. Sometimes it's like rain on your clothes.
Let it wait until I've removed my clothes from the line.
Yeah, and sometimes it would rain when you're like at work, and then you come and find very damp clothes, and but then so should be our first here. I don't know if we actually have any other thing to share today, but
well, something that when I mentioned it, you laughed at me, which I'll get over.
Oh God. Yeah, spill the milk. Let's see.
No, what was it? Tell them, Ian.
Oh God, she had never used a bucket to go and bathe.
I had never bucket bathed before.
Baby.
And that might be surprising to a lot of you. You're like, what?
Oh man.
Or some of you are maybe hearing this and you're like, what is bucket bathing? Like, what is she talking about?
Yeah.
So, it's something that seems so normal to, a lot of East Africans, but like, it was new for me because I always had a shower head and a tap, and so
interesting.
I didn't really have to learn how to bathe with water in a bucket.
Bucket bathing.
And so that was a new concept for me. Got the hang of it, but that is actually, believe it or not, in the orientation that we have for students students from North America coming to study in Uganda with the program that I studied through. Part of our orientation included a little thing about bucket bathing, giving us instructions of like, okay, this is what you do.
Oh, good.
Because it was new. It was new to a lot of the students, and it is new. Like, you know, as students come through the program. I mean, some students from North America have bucket bathed before, or like some, you know, if you're camping or things like that. But
for Bailey, she had never bucket bathed.
No, I hadn't.
Yeah, that was a first experience.
I didn't have a reason to
until
learn.
This is what happened. So I was like, so before like we talk about different segments on like our show here, we like write out some things, and I was like reading through, and I saw bucket bathing. I couldn't stop. I'm like,
you had tears in your eyes. You were laughing
I'm like,
so hard.
You can't. Yeah, like I've been.
And I'm like, what's so funny?
I've been bucket bathing bathing since I was born.
I know.
And I'm like, wait a minute, this is new. Like I'm like, how come you've never?
I mean, we'll bathe babies in like buckets, you know, because they're too small to go in like a tub or anything like that. So we'll bathe babies in buckets, but like
you're
me myself,
since you started
bucket,
like understanding, and you're like, yeah, that was new. But yeah, anyway.
Do you want to describe the process?
Yeah, bucket bathing. Like, how do you should describe the process, because that is that would stand out for you.
Yeah.
I mean, so you guys.
You soap up, you use the bucket, and you like cup the water with your hands and use it to rinse.
Yeah, so like
that's my short description.
Bucket will be down, and then you like just get the water, and then just keep like, you know, until like you get clean. It's like, so you guys used to like, you know, the shower head and all. It's not like that. So you'll put your water in the bucket, whether warm or cold water. Okay, I'm intrigued to say something different here. But anyway, but you guys were like used to that, so that's how you do it. Like, can I say like this last first for me?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I never knew that there was like always hot running water in the US. I was used to like, I mean, the cold, when I started like living alone, so I like had running water as well, like shower running water. But then it was like cold, and then if you like had to have like hot water, then you had a heater in your house. But I mean, like the
or you would boil water and add that to your
bucket if you had to. But when I got here, it was like everyone has hot water. I'm like, whoa, that is new. Like, because not everyone you didn't find everyone having hot running water in their like taps or like their showers.
Yeah, that was like more of a luxury thing. Is like the few times in Uganda that I would stay at a place that had hot water, and then it's like, oh, I forgot what this was like.
Yeah.
You know?
Kid you know, since I got here, it's been a few times that probably in the summer when I like used cold water, but all the time I'm like,
okay, I was gonna ask you. So you use the warm water.
Most of the times, 95% of the times I use hot water. I never use. I don't know how that is gonna be for me.
You started and you never turned back.
I don't know. I've no time, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know how that will be when I go back home.
Right.
But, yeah. So every last segment on this show, we actually have a called out, and yeah. So
even though English is spoken in both Uganda and the US, sometimes there are differences in what things are called or in how a word is used, for example. Today, some things were brought up about transportation and cars and things like that. And so let's just talk about some differences in words related to that. Okay. So, Ian, if I say to you that I rode a motorcycle, what does that mean to you?
You rode a motorcycle? That means you got onto the motorcycle and vroom vroom and like actually like
was the one controlling
you were the one controlling it, and like,
and see, to me, when I say I rode a motorcycle, I'm not the one controlling it. I'm just a passenger.
Oh, really?
On it. Yeah. But if I said I drove a motorcycle,
yeah,
then I'm the one
like
controlling it,
controlling
operating
it.
the vehicle. Which I did try that in Uganda too.
Oh, you did?
On a small road. There was no one around.
Oh,
it was
Bailey.
for a very short stretch, and I had a very good, kind teacher.
Okay.
So we won't
That
get.
was-
Yes, there's not much to
that
that
was-
story other than
that
it was a
was-
short thing. It was a very short stretch of road.
Yeah.
No one on the road.
Sure. That was cool. I mean.
But
you're
so
brave.
see, it was my first time riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
The time with my sister, and then I had my first time driving a motorcycle on an empty road.
So
To me, those are two different things: riding and driving.
So riding and driving, cause, I mean, you guys as well will think this right with me because, in Uganda, if you're driving, we associate driving to only driving cars
Okay.
and not riding motorcycles.
So then, what would you say if you took a... Okay, you are riding... See, I'm
Boda
using
boda?
riding. Okay, you're a passenger on a boda boda.
I would say I took a
I just took a boda
took
boda?
a judge. Sorry, took a boda boda.
Right, or judge. Yeah,
Oh,
judge is
yeah,
another word
like
for it.
Judge, yeah.
What would you say if you are
The
in
one-
a car, but not the one driving it? Ah, I'm driving. Okay, what would you say if you're in a car, but you're not the one controlling the
it.
vehicle?
I'm a passenger.
You're a passenger.
Yeah, I'll be a.
But like, how would you tell someone like, oh, I was blank in the car, like?
I took a ride. No, I took.
Like, I would say I was riding in a car.
No, I
If
don't.
I wasn't the one.
Okay, now that I'm here, I feel like I took a ride would be right. But then, guys watching, like, could you please help us on this? I've kind of like forgotten on this as well. But
He's been in the U.S. too long. He's forgetting things.
I don't know. Yeah, guys, help us with that code out. Yeah. And then, yeah, what's our next one?
We're doing a little bonus for you, since that was a quick one. We're giving you one more.
Yeah.
We also mentioned the sides of the road. And so in the U.S., since you are driving on the right side of the road, if the vehicle in front of you is not
Going so
fast enough and you want to get around them,
yeah.
I would call it passing. I would say you pass on the left
You
because
pass
you're
on the
going
left.
around. You pass on the left.
Okay.
In Uganda, you would call that...
In Uganda, I'll call that overtaking.
Uh-huh.
I will maybe Kai is in front of me and it's not going so fast as I would want to. I'll overtake the car
Right.
and go.
So you would call it overtaking instead of passing,
Yeah.
and you're doing it on the other
On
side of the road. So
on
since in Uganda you're driving on the left side, you overtake
On the right.
The right. You
Yeah.
pass on the right.
Yeah. And while you're here, you overtake or you pass on the left. Yeah. So bonus call out for you there, just in case you're in Uganda and you're wondering what is this guy saying. Maybe you could be with conversations with your friends and they're like saying different phrases, but hey, yeah, don't really get confused. These are some like different phrases that we use in different countries and have some meanings.
Yep. We're just calling out the differences.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for tuning in to PAL Exchange today. And what do we want our viewers to do?
Well, if you don't want to miss the next episode, then you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You need to follow our social media pages at Pearl Exchange, but there are 2 underscores between Pearl and Exchange.
Okay. Yeah.
And
both TikTok and Instagram.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so follow along, give us some likes,
Share.
and leave some comments if there's anything that you want us to talk about, or any questions you have, or ideas for differences in language that we can talk about in our called out segment.
Alrighty. We will see you in our next episode, and thank you for watching.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye bye.
See ya.